Good morning, welcome to Hug Nation's Love Morning, a opportunity for connection and gratitude and a reminder to practice kindness, maybe self-love, maybe self-care. Sometimes I try to start with a song because it makes the day so fresh. And sometimes I dress up for Burning Man with a shirt that's made of mesh. And sometimes I feel like gratitude's the farthest thing away. And I turn on the camera and microphone, have no idea what to say. But that's why we gather here and share our gratitude. Because if we don't, we never know what will happen to our attitude. A-do-do-do-do, a-do-do-do-do, a-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Welcome to Love Morning. Good morning, Gerbot. Thank you for welcoming me back. I was in Connecticut over the weekend and had some beautiful times with Asher. Got to celebrate his 6th birthday. That was wonderful, and we had lots of time to. We made ice cream together, like made it, like manually. We took a can with this kit, but you took like a can and put cream and milk and sugar and vanilla. That's it. Which he measured it all out. We did it together, and then put it in a little can. Put that can into a big jar. Filled the jar with crushed ice and rock salt, which then allows it to get colder than ice, or 0 Celsius. And rolled it back and forth for 15 minutes, then scraped it out, and then rolled it back and forth another 15 minutes, and we had delicious ice cream. Now, I didn't eat any because I'm trying to avoid dairy, because I believe that is causing my eczema flare-ups. I even think that milk chocolate, if I have enough milk chocolate, that causes my eczema to flare up. How do I know that? I got myself a sharing size bag of M&Ms for the flight out there and had some trouble. And then even though I was suspecting that might be what was causing it, guess what I bought for the ride home on the airplane? Sharing size of M&Ms. Although the second time, first time I got the peanut butter ones. Second time, they had the caramel ones in the airport, which are like the best. And I don't see them everywhere, so it was like hardly my fault. I felt like it was like God wants me to have these M&Ms. Why else would they put them here right at the airport? It's kind of crazy. Charges what? Well, man, if you want to, I think great business. This keeps saying that my connection is lost. Yikes. Well, I'm going to suggest to anyone that's looking for a little side hustle, buy large things of M&Ms and hang out and just like cruise the airport. Because what costs you $4 at the store is like $12. Anywho, Angela says peanut M&Ms. Peanut. Have you not had the peanut butter ones? Peanut butter are chef's kiss. They're like everything that Reese's Pieces want to be, but don't quite achieve. But I'll give you your peanut M&Ms. You whatever you find delicious, you go for that. Gerbot says, I enjoyed the painting session with Asher. Hopefully Asher will appreciate that in a couple years as well. I'm grateful for having a few home videos from when I was a kid. I hope he thinks that's cool. I don't have any video of me as a kid. It's fun to witness Asher and have these like vague feeling type memories of being young or like like I don't really have any memories of being under 10 or 11. Just like vague concepty, like I think I remember doing this activity, or I remember that, or I remember feeling awkward, or I remember people saying I was weird, but then I get to witness Asher and I go, oh, I think that was what that was feel. I think I had something similar to that, or oh, that reminds me a little bit of what a birthday party was like when I was a kid, but I can't really remember it. So his party was, everybody in his class was invited, which is such an interesting thing because as a parent, you're inviting kids that your kid, some that they're just in his class. So it doesn't mean that then they might know each other. They might know each other great. They might barely know each other. And then the parents of those kids. So then you've got parents of kids that your kid barely knows, And so, so some people are just great in socializing and or know each other, but then there's some people that were just kept to themselves. I mean, grown-ups, I was starting to feel a little self-conscious, and Amy said there was only one other father there, and he didn't talk to anybody either. I'm like, that's a good point. Me and he walked together on this hike, and we didn't say a word to each other. So it was an interesting experience. But I'm not here to talk about kids' parties, except under the lens of gratitude. I have been having lots of thoughts about gratitude lately, and really, I've been having a lot of worry thoughts about all sorts of things, about myself, my body, my country, my future, the economy, and been really thinking about how, gratitude is not the same thing as optimism. You can, and in fact, maybe that's why gratitude is so important, is that things aren't always getting better and better and better and better, which is how I grew up believing. In some ways, but gratitude can help you find the ways that they are, or help you pay attention to the ways that they are, so that even as, maybe political freedoms are restricted, you can be aware of aspects of safety that you're experiencing. So acknowledging, like rose-colored glasses, tinting a future is not the same thing as rose-colored glasses that allow you to notice what is good in the world. So I'm happy to be reunited with Lisa. Lisa was on her own trip for a week, and so we got to pick her up from the airport yesterday. I had a sign, "Welcome home, Lisa," next to the blooming amaryllis. The amaryllis bulbs that are growing around our house popped while I was gone. Look at that. And then the one behind me too. Woo, that's a lot of blooming. That's a lot of red in the house. Woo woo. So I gotta show Asher. He planted a bulb that bloomed much faster than mine, but now I've caught up. So I'm grateful for gardening, grateful for flowers, grateful for Lisa being home, grateful for the time I got to spend with Asher, grateful for Amy, grateful for the friendly parents that I got to meet at the party, and grateful for safe travel, grateful for everyone who was involved with the airlines and air traffic and the roads to get to and from the airport, and the food that I've eaten that has been without spoiling. I'm grateful for the electricity that keeps things cold and keeps the house warm. Grateful for so many beautiful things in this world. Kirbot says, grateful for good people fighting the good fight, like Cory Booker. I'm grateful for the opportunity to go see this and support Bernie and AOC next Tuesday. Right on. Good morning, Juan. Good to see you. And I'm grateful that Lisa has some time right now for us to go for a walk. We were going to try to get one before the broadcast, but got a little tight, so we're going to go for a walk right now around the neighborhood and walk by the area where the not the plumeria, the wisteria. There's a wisteria bush in the local park that's kind of on the tail end of its blooming season. A wisteria, if you're not familiar, like a pale violet, like a cascading waterfall. Like the whole vine turns into this beautiful cascading purple over the awnings and things. And so that's been blooming, and we're going to go check that out before it's all gone. So I'm grateful for beautiful flowers in the neighborhood. Grateful for beautiful weather in San Diego. Juan says, I'm grateful to know what a love ambassador is. Now I know why I do the things that I do. That's a tough question to answer sometimes. I've been struggling a little bit with that lately of why? What's the point? But sometimes I think that that's the wrong question. It's how can I find things to bring joy to me, and how can I find ways to increase joy elsewhere? That's it. Maybe that's the why. There you go. That's the why. Well, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be reminded of that and to see that through one another's eyes. Good morning, Steve. And I am grateful that my partner Lisa loves me no matter how ridiculous I look with a beard and my big old hair and crazy face. So with that, wherever we are this morning, I hope that we have a moment of gratitude and appreciation. We can share with one another, amplify it, and wherever you are, give ourselves a big old squeeze, a big old hug, appreciating our bodies, the healing abilities of it, appreciating the little moments of opportunities that are ahead of us today, whether that be the taste of something delicious or the sight of something beautiful or the potential connection that we might encounter. So let's take a deep breath in. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for being here today for some gratitude and connection. Thanks for being here for Love Morning. Have a beautiful day.